We're going to show you around this creepy abandoned water park in Hue, Vietnam.
This water park has a bit of a grim history and the locals believe it's cursed.
This water park's cursed, but all our bikes keep breaking down.
It is super weird.
We actually had some strange things happen to us while we were there, which we can't even explain.
There's literally someone just standing on the lake right there, look at this.
We're Ty and Soph. We quit our jobs to travel the world, and we're currently travelling through Southeast Asia. We have been travelling through Vietnam now for a few weeks, and it was our first full day in Hue after our fantastic motorbike road trip the day before along the Hai Van Pass. In our last video, which is linked at the end of this one, we shared how we made this trip from Hoi An to Hue, which by the way is the most beautiful coastal road in the world. Before we headed to the creepy abandoned water park, we decided to check out the interesting Imperial City of Hue.
The Imperial City of Hue was actually a walled fortress and a palace belonging to the ancient city of Hue,
Dude.
which was the capital city of the Nguyen dynasty for 140 years, dating back from 1805 until 1945. The place was made a UNESCO site in 1993, with the remained buildings being actively restored and preserved after the destruction from the Vietnam War. This place is a must-see for anyone who loves a bit of history and is visiting Hue.
Now a quick stop for lunch before we head to the water park. Yeah, we're going to go then next, yeah. So we're in this little restaurant and they've given us some bottle openers. How cute is this restaurant? They gave us free handmade bottle openers with our lunch. With the abandoned water park.
Bribing our way through.
It's a bit creepy. Considering this place is abandoned, it seemed quite strange that they maintain the grass. Why do they need to keep the grass short if the place is prohibited? Why are they keeping it looking nice? It just didn't make sense to us.
So as we said at the start of this video, this water park has a bit of a grim history. The land was previously an ancient burial ground for the people of Hue during the Tet Offensive in 1969. The land was used as a cemetery for the local people of Hue during the Vietnam War.
This place is quite creepy. We bribed our way in to the security, 20,000 dong each. Apparently you're not allowed in, even though people come in all the time.
No climbing, no problem.
In 2001, a state-owned enterprise came up with a plan to build a giant water park to attract tourists from all around the world, and no expense was to be spared. It would cost $3 million, and the park would be equipped with water slides, a lazy river, paddle boats, an exotic aquarium, animal exhibits, food courts, and a giant amphitheatre. The park opened in 2004 before it was actually completed, in a rush to fill investors' pockets, and ultimately failed because of this. Urban legend has it that the group of investors bribed the government to buy the land in order to dig out the graves and then build the water park where the graves once were. It's on Instagram as abandoned water park Hue, but you have to bribe the guy to come in.
Yeah.
Should we go to the abandoned rooms?
Yeah.
Let's go. Locals warned the demolition companies of the consequences of their actions and advised them the site would be cursed.
Do you reckon this is like an aquarium there?
Yeah, maybe. Or I thought maybe a restaurant. Don't know, what do you think? Like an aquarium?
After searching the internet for some time, we had read many reports that a few of the visitors had suddenly died and many got hurt. The locals watched as their predictions become a reality. Due to this, visitor traffic came to a halt. With no visitors, the park lost money and closed its doors. When exactly, we're not sure. Despite some excessive Googling, we still cannot work out exactly when the park closed its doors. The park was completely abandoned. They even left the crocodiles there to fend for themselves. They were found years later by some travellers, living in the water at the bottom of the slides. Peter then came and found them a new home.
So we're just climbing to the top of the dragon's face now.
Is this place haunted then? Well, it definitely had a very eerie feeling about it. We didn't know about the depths of the park's history at the time of filming, but our bikes kept breaking down, which was a bit strange. And then, when we were editing this video, we noticed something very odd. Watch this.
Should we get a cool photo here?
We've slowed this video right down for you. We've examined it and we cannot work out why our friend says she whacked her hand on something when her hands clearly don't touch anything. None of us hit anything, yet you hear the bang and she reacts as if she's just hit her hand on something. We've even sent the video to her and all of our friends we were with, and no one can work out exactly what's happened here. If we've missed something very obvious, please let us know in the comments, because it's been rattling our brains. We cannot work out where the noise comes from, why she reacts. I feel like it's something very simple and someone will tell us in the comments, but we can't work it out. So if anyone knows, let us know. In like YouTube videos and movies where they break in somewhere and all this weird stuff starts happening, there's literally someone just standing on the lake right there. Look at this. Can you see that? No, I'm joking. Not really.
As we continued to explore the park, we were stopped in our tracks a few times by some grazing cows at the side of the path. I guess these guys have now made themselves at home here.
That's sick, look at that view.
We continued on around the park and over the bridge. What we did notice is how far away everything is from each other. We had to travel on our bikes to get to the other side of the park. No wonder this place didn't last long. We got to the amphitheatre and something about this place really gave us the chills. It was like something out of an apocalyptic movie, where as if everyone had just suddenly got up and left and had never come back.
I bet they did, like seals or something.
We're guessing they put on some kind of show here to do with seals maybe, or something like that, but we're not entirely sure. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments. What we found next was really random. Aeroplane simulator. After another little drive on our bikes, we finally got to the slides, which again was ages away from anything else.
Some articles state that near the water park there are still graves of people if you look hard enough. We cannot confirm this as we didn't see any.
It really creeps us out to think what's in there.
It's a lazy river.
Considering this was a water park, there wasn't actually many water slides or anything like that going on. It was just this little area here. So this is actually the spot where the crocodiles apparently lived. Now the part that really freaked us out, when our bikes couldn't start.
I'm trying to.
This water park's cursed, but all our bikes keep breaking down.
It is super weird. Although it was a creepy day, it was also a very exciting day in the life of a backpacker. Now time to catch a flight from Hue to Hanoi.
Then we headed to the old quarter in Hanoi for some drinks.
Staying out till 12:30, okay?
We're getting up to Halong Bay in the morning.
We are not staying out. Our friends want us to stay out till 1, 2. It ain't happening. It's not happening.
It's happening! YOLO!
No, not yet. No, Soph, it's not happening. Don't look at me like that. Soph, it's not happening.
Tune back in tomorrow. See what happens in the next episode.
So what do you guys think? Do you think the park is cursed or haunted? Do you think some weird supernatural stuff going on? Or is it just a coincidence? Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Let us know if you liked this video by hitting that like button. In our next video, we're going on a 5-star luxury cruise on Halong Bay in the north of Vietnam. We spend 2 days and 1 night on this luxury cruise, and we're going to let you know whether it was actually worth the money. So if you'd like to see that video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It also helps us grow our channel. See you next time! Finally, what we've been waiting for, we've got to the beginning of the Hai Van Pass. The first scenic stop, the beautiful curving bay just up from the city of Da Nang.
Everyone just stops on the road.
It really was a spectacular view. The beaches were completely deserted.